All right, so camera's rolling. What are you doing?
Fixing something. Go ahead.
Oh, I understand. Action.
With several billion members, the human race is divided in two distinct sexes, male and female. While men are simple creatures requiring only the most rudimentary of emotional needs to be satisfied, there is a subgroup classified as the nice guy, a dying breed of chivalrous, romantic, domesticated gentlemen whose qualities are desired by the opposite sex. Allegedly. However, they are dismissed, scoffed, and confined in such concepts as the bestie, work husband, and the dreaded friend zone.
You don't think this is a little bit too dramatic? Just let it happen.
Joe and Jason are the last of the nice guys.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to episode 6. I was going to say it in Spanish, but I had a brain fart just now.
I understand.
Episode 6. Am I saying it right? 6?
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome to episode 6 of The Last of the Nice Guys with your host, Joe and
Jason.
And today our topic is...
Do you have a nose ring?
This is the second time that you noticed this.
What in the actual fuck, Joe? Why do you have a nose ring?
You knew this already, though. I told you this.
In 2017, maybe. You haven't worn it in a while. Right? When was the last time you wore a nose ring? I haven't seen... I will go back to the last couple of episodes and there was no nose ring.
I don't think it was you. I think it was our other friend from the other podcast that noticed it.
Okay.
And he mentioned it.
Joe, are you going through something? Is this like a midlife crisis? I mean, you're quite young to have a midlife crisis. You dyed your hair like a burnt highlighter orange.
Scottish.
Okay. You're using beard washes. Okay. You're drinking out of...
Wait, hold on.
You're drinking out of Mason... Oh, shoot. I gotta turn this off.
Ladies and gentlemen, while he checks his
No, I'm putting it on vibrate. I broke my own rule.
He sure did. While he checks his phone, I have to say that the beard wash comment, you need to shut the fuck up because you're the one who asking me about what kind
I was just asking you about maintenance because I was digging your little lotion shit. I was digging the beads, and so I said, you know what? If I'm going to fully embrace my inner Joe Taro, my inner scumbag, I need to figure out what he's doing. And you told me about this beard wash nonsense. And last but not least, you got tattoos running from your lip to your knuckles.
This is my friend from 15 years old, ladies and gentlemen. That's just noticing all the features that I have.
No. I noticed all these before, but I didn't feel like I needed to do an intervention until the nose ring. So like now my cup runneth over. Like I feel like forget our topic for today. It's Joe, what's really going on?
So our topic for today, our topic for episode 6 is a very interesting topic that I actually sent an article, not an article, it was a video to Jason this past week, or I think it was last week. And there was that was speaking about a topic on top. It was a video, and then he was in bold. It was basically saying if you are married, man or woman, is it okay to have friends of the opposite sex? And I think that poses a very good question because a lot of people you should be taking marriage very seriously. A lot of people don't take it serious, but a lot of people should take it serious, and those who do take it serious have these, these guidelines or whatever you want to call them, these rules that state that if you are married, it's not okay to be that close with the opposite sex as friends. Now, how do you feel about that? Because I I'll tell you how I feel about it, but I want to hear your thoughts because you're more aggressive than I am.
I'm not aggressive. I'm blunt, if you want to say it like that.
Right.
But I will say see episode 5, which is that's what I'm saying. See episode 5. If you're insecure and you can't handle your significant other having friendships, legitimate friendships that extend beyond your marriage, then you have no reason to be with that person. You have no reason to be married to that person. You have no reason to be even probably married to begin with. If you really feel like, oh no, you're married, you got no reason to have friends. I'm your only friend. I've heard that phrase before. We're married. I'm the only friend you need. Bullshit.
Well, that sounds kind of obsessive. That's a little weird.
Right. But
but I mean, I get what you're saying. But aside from that, the gentleman in the video he made up a good point, which I guess you can sum it up as being his own opinion, obviously.
Okay.
But he was saying how it sparks it could spark temptation if, let's just say, for example, you're married, and this goes for the people who which I personally don't understand why someone would even do this, but if you have friends that you've known since childhood, kind of like how we are,
mm-hmm.
and let's just say it's a woman, and the woman got married, she's fairly young, but she's had like maybe 2 to 4 male friends in her life that she went to elementary school with,
Okay.
that she basically grew up with.
Right.
So she gets married, and the guy's like, okay, well, that's cool and okay that you have those male friends because, whatever. But just keep in mind that, making any more new male friends would be a no-no. Now, how do you feel about that? How would you feel? Now, I'm not saying I would say that, but I'm just giving you a scenario. And
right. Joe is saying, he's not saying he would say that, but he has said that basically. So, no, I'm joking. Again, if you can't handle your spouse interacting with the opposite sex in any way, shape, or form, whether it be friendship or anything like that, then you shouldn't be with that person, or you shouldn't be married. Simple as that. Unless you guys came together and said, you know what, when we get married, I promise you, baby, I will never talk to another person of the opposite sex beyond who I know because I respect you. Now, if you had that discussion, fine. If that's what you believe in, I'm all about it. But there is no light switch that says, okay, your social life ends wherever it is. That's it. Hit pause. That's it from marriage on. At least with the opposite sex, I don't agree with that, because you meet people. You form relationships, you form connections, and this whole it's temptation. You don't have to be friends to get temptation. Temptation comes in all forms. We just had another episode about online. It's more, I would understand if you said, when we get married, get off of social media before, don't ever have another opposite sex friend.
Right.
You see what I'm trying to say? Because the temptation is there. It's in your face. So, friendship. It's so funny, man. I don't agree. I think
you sound like you've heard this recently.
No, yeah, sort of. Sort of. Here's the thing. I have a really close friend. Her name is Holly. Okay, I've known Holly for over a decade. We're really close to the point where I'm helping her pretty much co-parent her 3-year-old son. That's how close we are.
Hi, Holly.
Okay, I babysit her son, and she, and I've told her this before. Her presence in my life, and as close as we are, nobody really believes that we've never had sex. Nobody believes we're not dating. We don't date. Nobody believes that we never have dated. We've never dated. We've just been really. There's some people that you meet that you connect on that friendship level, and that's it. That's me and Holly. That's how we've always been. That is because it hasn't been an issue for years with women that enter my life. Years. Okay? To the point where someone would throw in my face, a guy who watches your child is in love with you if you're not dating them. That's memes that I've been told from other people.
The misconception.
So exactly. Or maybe I have a really good friendship with her. I respect her, she respects me, and I understand her limitations, and I want to be there to assist. That's just the kind of guy that I am. That's the kind of friendship that we cultivate. That's the kind of friend she deserves. Most women don't respect that, you know. So when you say, I've heard it before. It's kind of that. Like with any new women I meet, especially lately, Holly is a bone of contention because I make it very clear. Hey, I have this really close friend. Like we can lay in my bed with her son and watch a movie together, kind of close, and there's nothing there. It's just us doing what we do.
Right.
I will, take photos of this kid like it's my own son. So you need to respect that, and it's some women will say, yeah, but eventually when they really see how close the friendship is, they're like, I'm not digging that. And some will give me ultimatums about her. And I said, all right, really? It's either you or her? Man, delete my number. That's pretty much it, because I value that friendship over anything. And I make it very clear. Any woman that enters my life, you have to understand, Holly's here to stay. She's going to be close with me. And it's going to take you a while to not only climb beyond that, but to become something that's more of a priority than her. Like you literally have to put a ring on it for you to ever be more of a priority than my friend Holly. So that's just the reality of it. So I could see that same thing being applied to marriage, saying, okay, well, you can't meet anybody else new, and that's it. But I don't see what the problem is with it. With opposite sex friendships, especially after a marriage or while you're married, as long as you're being respectful,
Understandable.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the underlining factor.
But a general friendship should be respectful because it's called a friendship. When you can't assume that just because. All right, here's my bottom line. I do not believe in the phrase that men and women can't be friends. Don't believe it. You're talking to a man who would get close to females so much so that he has to make a rule saying no more female friends. I had enough. I have way too many female friends. Not for any reason than just I have too many female friends and I don't need any more, so I refuse to have any more close female friends. Females seem to appreciate who I am in a friendship capacity, as responsibility, personality, domestication. So and I that's great, but I lost my train of thought. Where was I going with this? I absolutely lost my train of thought. Where was I going with this? No, that's what I was saying. Is that I am the embodiment of literally, yes, men and women can be friends with no sexual attraction or sexual tension there at all. And it's true, because if I meet you and I click with you on that friendship tip, that doesn't go any further, no matter how attractive you are. I don't know. Have you ever seen the From Making the Beans podcast?
Yes.
Those women? Okay. The main host, she's gorgeous. Well, both of them are gorgeous, but the main host is gorgeous. She's we call each other Beeful. She's a really close friend of mine. And for whatever reason, I met her at work and we started training. And yeah, I thought she was cute for the first 30 minutes. And then after we started talking, I realized this girl is cool as fuck.
Right.
All the attraction that would have been like, I want to hit that, disappeared. It was all about, yo, I want this girl to be my homie. She's cool. She's fun. And right. I know she's ridiculously attractive, but I'm not interested like that. I literally just see her as my homie. And, right. Even to the point where it's even like a sister thing. And people don't get that. Well, you want to hit that? No, I really don't. That's my girl. Her sister's hot too, but that's my girl. I don't have any interest in her like that. And immediately it died as soon as I realized, yo, this is a friend tip right here. I like this.
Right.
So, but that's how I am, But
well, some people, some I hate to admit it, but that's the mature way of looking at things.
What's inspiring this topic? Is there something you want to discuss? Something you want to talk about?
No, it was honestly, I browse social media sometimes just to see what's going on. I look at Facebook, as sad as it is, for my news, which is crazy. So I'm just I browse all the time, and I happen to come across this guy's video, about him talking about basically, in the sacred form of marriage, it's difficult when the man or woman has relationships with the opposite sex, and I'm just strictly talking about marriage. And I thought that that to me, that interests me, that topic, and what he was saying interests me a lot, because I'm engaged I love my fiance. I think she's amazing. She's a real pain in the ass a lot, but I learned to roll with the punches and accept all the flaws and all that stuff. All that romantic lovey-dovey crap. I'm cool with that. And what also, on top of me being engaged and soon to be married, I do think about that. I do think about the fact that she has male friends, and at this point, we've been together for probably about, I think it's going on 3 years, and I don't have any ounce of any insecurity in me. I trust her. I come is a point in time where like there was. What's funny is kind of like a little off topic, but I'm somewhat of a nerdy gamer to some, and a lot of my friends over here up in New York are as well. And the majority of time, sometimes at night, we'll be on this game called Monster Hunter, and we'll just play. And we're all playing online together. And the thing,
Monster Hunter is tight.
yeah, it's so
tight.
So we'll so we'll be playing though. We'll be playing on these certain nights, and I think there's a sense of relief, as crazy as it sounds, there's a sense of relief and comfort from my fiance, knowing the fact that my man is like, he's not out in in the streets, so he's not in clubs or lounges or bars, whatever. He's home. Not to say that that's like a good thing to think about, or like a secure thing to think about, because honestly speaking,
no, it's something that I'm pretty sure everybody would think of, and it would be in the back of their heads.
Yeah. It's to me, it's like a meme, because a lot of guys say, you find a girl who just goes to work, comes home, cooks, and blah blah blah. That's a winner. I'm like, no, that's not a winner. That's just just what she likes to do. She likes to go to work, be about her money, come home, cook, take care of her life, and she doesn't want to, do all the nightclub bullshit. She just wants to chill out, and that's not being a winner. It's just her lifestyle, and maybe she is a introvert. Maybe she prefers to not be around as many people, or and be with her man or her husband or whatever. But the thing that I was that also intrigued me about this topic is, again, I feel as if, in my experience, I have my fiance who has male friends. She's known them since elementary school. Now that we're talking about it, since elementary school, and I'm cool with that. They're all respectful, and she's respectful. But the topic of discussion didn't come where she, and I mentioned this to you before. We had this discussion about this, where
I knew this was coming.
She wanted to expand her friendship
with other friends. Right.
And in the beginning, I was, but then after a while,
you have a dog?
No, upstairs, this fucking dog, man. They keep on. They don't know.
Is that new?
No, it's the middle floor has one, and the one all the way on top has one. But the middle floor one, oh my god, annoying.
Wow.
Annoying.
I've never heard it before. That's why I was asking, is this a new thing? Because I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's so fucking annoying. The one all the way on top is the sweetest dog ever. This one in the middle, yeah, I want to kick him in the face. But anyway, I don't want to kick the dog in the face. I love dogs. Dogs, just putting that out there.
I'm not loving this one right now. It's ruining our audio. Listen, it's bad enough that our other podcast, I got fucking dogs and parakeets chirping in the background. I don't need dogs barking in this one now. Okay, I'm not with that. So I go up there and shove a sock in its mouth or something.
Listen, we don't need Peter to be emailing us, all right, about any.
No, we don't. But at the same time, it's called common courtesy. They need to have some courtesy for their neighbors. Okay, you need to get your broom and hit up there and say, "Shut the fuck up! I'm recording."
You're right. I agree.
I'll buy you an on-air sign that you can put up in their place. So when you're recording, you put on the on-air so they know to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep it right by the door underneath. Exactly. Dog can just shut the fuck up. Ladies and gentlemen, we are two grown men.
Allegedly, we're not schmucks.
So anyway, so yeah, I have, Jesus Christ, the dog will not shut up. I have.
I think it's your voice.
No, this dog never barks like that. But on the rare occasion that I guess he or she does, someone's probably coming in the house over there. I want to add also what I want, what I was saying is that I have this, oh my god, I have this
Just ignore it.
I have this
It-
inclination that my
You,
fiance.
you have an infant?
No, why are we?
Oh.
This dog is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The dog is messing with the audio, so all I heard was I have an infant, and I was gonna be like, "Oh, congratulations! I didn't know."
Killing our vibe completely. Horribly killing our vibe. I'm about to like put a blanket underneath the door so that I can maybe block the sound.
I don't
Um,
think that worked like that, but okay.
it wouldn't work at all. But no, back to what I was saying because we got rudely interrupted, like for the
Not
fifth
sure
time.
what you're saying anymore, but okay.
So my fiance has male friends that she has known since elementary school. They're respectful. She was respectful. That's all that matters, and I appreciate that. She mentioned, in which I again spoke with Jason about because I brought this to his attention was, hey, she wants to go ahead and make a new set of friends because the ones that she currently have sucks. And
Well, allegedly, but
yeah, allegedly,
you remember what my response was, right?
I actually don't remember.
My response was make sure that she meets Asians, so I can have a double date when I come up and visit. That's what my response was. Completely ignoring whatever your actual issue was. All I heard was yes, she could go to Chinatown and make friends for me. So
Actually, I would not mind that at all. Because she did actually meet a couple of Asian women. I just don't know where it went.
okay, carry on.
Yeah, the day where it went. I didn't get any feedback or details about that. But anyway, so that was the thing. That was what she wanted to do, or what she wants to do. And at first, I was like a little questionable about it. But then, as like time went by, and I started to think about it more and more, and I was like, I don't really care, man. Again, if they're respectful, and she's respectful, excuse me, that's all I care about.
Right.
I don't want to go into detail or the fucking formalities about why I think it would be a bad idea. Everybody has this thing where it would be a bad idea. We get it, and I can name you a couple hundred reasons why it would be a bad idea. But at the end of the day, if you're marrying this person,
Right.
you got to have some level of trust or something. You have to have like this secure part within yourself to know that I'm putting a ring on this person's finger. We're gonna be same last name, but it's a bond. So you can't think in such an immature way. Whereas to say I don't want you to have any friends,
Right.
or make any new friends when we're married. I
Right.
would never tell her that. But it is respectful, and from a man's point of view, because obviously we are men,
Allegedly.
I would I would say I would
Just
give her,
be careful with the gender. Okay. Don't you be labeling our gender like that. So
I know, right? Yeah, God forbid. I will I will say that as a man, I will give her my opinion about it though if she presented
of course, and you're more than welcome to.
yes the discussion after we're married, and I might have a few words as to say because being married and being a girlfriend or boyfriend or being engaged is they're it's completely different from what
You say that, okay, and you say that, and I disagree. See, I disagree.
it's the same
Why
thing.
why is a marriage different than than a relationship? That's what I'm saying, and I know what you're gonna say. It's the title, it's the legality of it, but I mean, a relationship is a relationship. Things shouldn't change. Your dynamic shouldn't change because you're married. I don't believe that. It's like if you go from friends to a relationship, I don't believe the dynamics should change. Maybe the actions might change. That makes more sense. But if you're in a long-term commitment, I mean, I have to assume that to reach marriage, you were with the person, you were already long-term with them, you were already committed to them, you only just put the ring on it and you made it legally official. Why does that delineation or that line in the sand mean things change? Why does it have to be different?
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe I did mean just the title and the status. Maybe that is the only thing that changes.
Well, I'm not again. I'm not devaluing how you feel, but I've always wondered about that. Is why is it that we're married now and everything has changed? So why it shouldn't be like that? it should only enhance, probably, make things a little bit
Right.
better.
Right. No,
And
I agree. Actually,
other than that, I don't see how anything changes. I mean, I don't think anything should change
no.
unless you haven't cohabitated. And again, I don't know why anybody would get married before being in a long-term relationship and C, cohabitating first. You need to know all this stuff before you get into it. I totally I'm a proponent of move in first, live together for at least a year, then get married, because you don't really you don't really know someone until you live with them.
That's
you know
is highly.
or even if you don't cohabitate with them, is if they like stay over your house like 3 or 4 times a day, for 3 or 4 times a week, every week. That's kind of the same thing. You get to know their mannerisms and how they interact with your area and their stuff.
Right.
So that's just me. I you're never gonna see Jason get married and not have been at least living with a woman for at least a year to figure out, is this gonna work, in the long term. So my phone's ringing again. But that's just how I feel. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to the topic at hand.
No,
So,
but
you told your fiance she can't have any more friends, and then what happened?
No, I did not say that, you jerk. I said I brought up. It's funny too because that's something that like I probably would have said like back then, my younger self,
Right.
because of all the crap that has happened. But
Right.
now it's just I think you just happen to you outgrow certain things, and one of the things is
Maturity.
yeah, exactly. And one of the things you outgrow is like the idea that, look, push comes to shove, you give this woman everything you can possibly give her.
Right.
You know, if she happens to fuck up on her end, when you're married, you decide what you want to do right then and there.
I agree.
It's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean that you need to go ahead and commit suicide or something.
Wow.
But you
Joe's
just
growing up, ladies and gentlemen.
you just need to make I mean, because I honestly, Jay, I'll be honest with you, and the audience alike. I'm tired.
Oh God! Stop it! That's too funny.
I'm tired. I'm both physically and mentally tired. I'm getting older. I'm not getting any younger. I'm not saying I'm we're not even that old. We're still really young. But
No.
I'm physically and mentally tired. Mentally the most. I just don't care for having to, yell in the streets as to why you went ahead and did this, and
Right.
why bang on the wall or hear my neighbors hear us screaming so our neighbors can hear. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with any of that crap. I just want to come home from work. I want to cook. I want to do what I have to do.
Play Monster Hunter.
Hunter, yes. I want to be able to have a simple, thrilling, adventurous life without having to deal.
In other words, you don't want the drama anymore. You're not interested. So the point where you've come to a point that when drama rears its ugly head, you're kind of just like, nope, I'm out. I'm done.
I mean, I don't want to run from everything. You have to stand up for yourself, at least once in a while. But at the same time, if the fight that you're fighting is not worth fighting for, why would you want to go?
Like that phrase. See my point? That's what's up.
Why would you want to go through with that? I don't understand. So, yeah, I mean that's pretty much how I feel. I don't want to. Again, I don't want to give off any negative. Any negative.
I don't think you have anything negative. You're being is blunt. Listen, we are always very blunt and honest on this podcast. So
no, of course we're very blunt, but I just don't want to. I don't want to give off any negative comments in regards to people out there who are married at the moment and who watch us and say stuff like, I definitely want to go ahead and make new friends, and I don't know if my spouse is gonna like that, so I'm kind of stuck. Well, here's an idea. Speak to the
conversation. Yeah. Oh, stop there. Look at us on the same page.
Speak to the person and find out what you want to do. I mean, if you guys want to do that, and you agree, and you both agree, or rather she agrees, then go for it. What the fuck is the problem? If you don't want to do it, and you guys can't come to an agreement, then you need to figure that out. The best thing to do at that moment is think, question yourself. Is it a good idea to do it? Is it not? Just bring out a lot of questions, because people are very sensitive with these type of topics, especially when you're married.
Mhm.
It's not easy. Topics that come up like that, especially when you're not dealing with the person that you're with, in regards to it's just me and you thing, and like even if it's as small as friends, talk about that, because if you don't and you end up doing it anyway, it's gonna cause more fucking problems. You don't want that. No one wants
That's
that.
true.
No one wants, again, what we just said. No one wants drama.
It's
So
very true. I say have the conversation, and if your significant other does not agree, ask why, and if it's obvious that there's an insecurity there or a fear there, you need to confront the fear and really ask, why do you feel like X and X would happen? Why do you? And even if you have to drop the hard question, why don't you trust me?
right,
That and that's a rough question to ask, because you gotta rip the band-aid off. Why don't you trust me? Why don't you trust me to handle my business? Or why don't we go out and meet people as a couple together? Some people can do that, some people can't do that. But
exactly,
um so
exactly.
so so what, so you're saying that there is you find there is no problem for a married person to have friendships of the opposite sex. Is that your final
Depending,
answer?
depending on the person that you're marrying, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it shouldn't be an issue. Depending on the person that you're marrying, it should not be an issue. If the person you're marrying uh, reacts differently, and I mean, I don't know, if you see signs early on, even before you guys get married, and you guys and you happen to be a dickhead and still marry that person, even though you have noticed, then
A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that.
yeah, which a lot of people do, then that's on you. I'm not blaming it on the other person. That's on you. You should have went ahead and saw those signs and the red flags.
True.
If it didn't spark your interest, then you fucked up. Like you fucked up
I mean,
yourself.
I mean, love is blind, is what they say. You tend to focus, you tend to romanticize the good qualities and ignore the not so stellar qualities when you're in a relationship. That's why relationships that are toxic tend to last longer than some good ones, because you know they see that. So I mean, I'm not going to say that I've never been in a toxic relationship, and I found it harder to get out of it. So I can't really judge somebody, but at the same time, if I knew that my partner would have reacted X, Y, and Z, and then they react X, Y, and Z, not only can I not pity myself, I can't ask somebody else to pity me, because I knew this and I accepted it, the fault of my partner. So
You accepted it.
so
Man,
that's how I feel. But
you
I huh?
accepted it.
But I agree. I agree that if you're married, I say go for it. Have friendships. I mean, again, as long as it's an actually a friendship and it's nothing crazy. Because let me say right now, you know, we married women and have work husbands. You know that phrase, work husband.
Man,
They
yeah,
do that close coworker that kind of fulfills that companionship role while on the clock. Many women have that. For all I know, I've been a work husband to a few women I didn't even know. Actually, that's not even true, because there was a point where and that's funny, because I just posted a photo from like 9 years ago when it's just me and it's like five women, right? Because whenever we used to do girls' night out, it would be girls' night out, but Jason has to come, and some of my female coworkers would go back home and they would talk too much about me to their spouse. You know how many spouses hated me at one point, and I had no idea they disliked me because their wives are coming home. You know what Jason said and did? He's so funny. He's whatever, whatever, and they're kind of just like, "Why do you always talk about this Jason guy for? What's so special about this guy?" And mind you, I don't think it was special at all. I'm a short, stocky guy. I'm just a lot of fun. So a lot of husbands, a lot of husbands.
I've heard that phrase before and just never really thought it was like anything serious. I thought it was like a joke.
No, it's a real thing. A work husband, it's a real thing. And what it is basically is and I mean, men might have work wives, but it's not really, they don't really coin that term that I know of. But a work husband is a real thing. That is a male coworker that the married woman latches on to and has a close relationship with, and kind of inadvertently on purpose fulfills the companionship role while they're on the clock. And usually it's harmless. It's just a cute thing on the
You
clock. No,
allegedly.
usually, but friendships are usually harmless. Relationships are usually harmless. I mean, come on, dating apps are usually harmless. You never know, but that's usually what it is, and it happens. Yeah, you should look it up though. Work husband. It's a real. It's a thing.
Because I will. I mean, it doesn't really affect me anyway in real life, but I'll check
That
it out.
that that, that you know of. Oh, When I push a button, look at your face. Look at your face. But
No,
again, but it's harmless. It's a harmless. It's a pet name. It's harmless, and but
no,
it's
I don't deal with that. I mean, I don't deal with. I don't deal with that. I've heard of it before. I
mm,
just always thought it was like some type of joke thing. Like I never thought it
yeah.
was a
Oh,
serious.
oh, I'm sorry. Did I just blow your mind? And he blows your mind again.
Anyway, folks.
He's gonna have a conversation with his fiance. So do you have a work husband? Jason said on the podcast. Watch, throwing me right under the bus. Um,
I will say that I am very grateful that I don't have to deal with that.
well, I mean, okay. Well, what if before we wrap this up, then let's get a little deeper. Let's get personal. What if you do find out that your fiance has a work husband, has that coworker she's close with, that she eats lunch with all the time and hangs out with, and it's close on the clock though. It's only on the clock. How would you feel?
I don't know. I would feel away.
Why? Why?
Because I'm your only husband, motherfucker. That's what.
Brooklyn stand up. Bed-Stuy Negroes.
Oh man. Yeah. So I don't think I'll ever run into that issue. But in regards to the friends with again in regards to the friends with marriage thing,
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, in my opinion, I don't have an issue with it. I don't think I'll ever have an issue with it. I just want to say for the people who are in that situation or feel like they're about to be in that situation, uh, to just talk with the spouse and see if it works out for them. If it doesn't, then you can't do it, man. Sorry.
I disagree. That's where I disagree. You're not gonna tell me as a grown ass man or tell a grown ass woman that just because we're married, I can't seek friendships beyond our marriage. You can't tell me that. You don't have the right to tell your spouse that what they can and can't do. When it comes to certain things and growing your social circle, as long as you're being responsible and you've done nothing to I don't know, have mistrust there or have suspicion. You've done nothing, and you've done nothing, or nothing's been brought up to you. Who
Right.
are you, Mr. or Mrs. Spouse, to say you cannot be social and meet new people and still grow? Your life doesn't end when you get married. It doesn't. You know, even if it's a no, maybe oh, how about babe? Can we meet new people together? Okay, cool. Maybe something like
No,
that.
who the fuck would agree with that? Can we meet people together? What are we like? The Brady
No, I'm just saying it's possible for us to meeting other couples. If I mean, let's be real. If the purpose is to make friendships, if you are making couple friends, that's fine too. I don't see. I mean, I would. Let's say my hypothetical, non-existent, never gonna happen wife wants to
That's a lie.
wants never it's never gonna happen wants to meet new people, and for whatever reason, I don't even know why I feel this way. I don't think it's a good idea for you to meet your own people. So how about this? You want to meet new people? Let's do it together. Let's meet couples together. Let's meet singles together. Not swinging. We're talking about just meeting people and hanging. Let's go to meetups. Let's go together, and we can meet new people, and you can still fulfill your need to be more social, but I can be there to participate, to support.
Right. 100%.
There's another way to go around it as well. But to downright come out and say, hard stop. You don't need any more friends that are guys, or I'd be like, motherfucker, what? Like, what is that? What do you mean? Like, what did I do to have you say that to me?
That's why the discussion needs to happen, and based off of that discussion, you take it from there.
Right.
I
So
wouldn't necessarily.
if you need to draft up divorce documents, you do that, and I recommend that
Exactly.
you guys, before you get married, have a prenup that says I'm allowed to have friends.
What I will say, dumbass.
Well, prenup. We want prenup. Yeah.
What I will say
So,
is, guys,
Tara, did you fill out your prenup paperwork? Did you do that yet or no?
no,
No, you wanted me to review it.
I'm not going to disclose any of that on air because if I find out that was discussed, I'm pretty much dead.
Oh God, that was funny.
Oh, yeah,
I am not at liberty to discuss that on air.
yeah, that's not gonna happen anytime soon. We need to discuss that probably on one off air type thing.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, yeah, because me even talking about it is giving me like, what the fuck? Why would I be doing that? So yeah. Anyway, now I lost my train of thought. Wow, thanks to you. So yeah, I was an ad actually. Good thing. Okay.
Yes.
Don't divorce the person if they automatically say no. And the reason why I said that is because, and this sounds stupid,
I was joking. I didn't mean that.
People out there probably wouldn't. Yeah, allegedly. But I was gonna say, if the topic comes up where the man or woman says, "I would like to make new friends,"
Mm-hmm.
you guys are married, and they automatically, and the other person disagrees, and it's like, "No, don't do that." And the person who says, "I wants to make new friends," they're like, "Well, you know what? I guess we can't do this." If they choose that type of instance over your marriage and that person, then that's when it's like, what the fuck? Like then that would be a serious thing. But
I'm not saying making friends or making new friends is more important than your marriage, but you to say no is just as drastic as them to say, I gotta divorce you because I need to live my life. I think counseling should go next. Okay, you don't want me to, I want to. There's an issue there. Let's go to counseling. Let's get a third person involved to get to the root of why you don't want me to make new friends. And of course, I'm only saying this based upon the fact that the spouses have no suspicion or have no reason to be suspicious. There's no history of cheating that they in the past or infidelity or any of that other stuff. It's just a normal relationship. Whatever normal is, and the spouse wants to be proactive, and the other spouse is like, nah. But that can cause an issue though. I had a friend once who he had a living girlfriend, but they were pretty much like common law. I mean, he bought a house, he put her on the deed, and he was content, huh? What happened?
Go ahead, no, keep talking. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay. He was content with going to work, coming home, cooking dinner, watching TV, going to bed. He was content with that. That was good for him. She, on the other hand, and it's partially because she was much younger than him. She was like, this. I mean, we're not old farts. Let's be social. Let's go out there. Let's meet people. And he wasn't really. He was never a club person or a social person like that. He really enjoyed more house parties. The gang comes over, we watch something, you drink a little bit, that's about it. And so that's been his speed, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when your spouse is almost begging you to, please, can we live our life a little bit? Can we do, even if it's once a month, and you may be humoring them, but you're not really participating. Guess what? That relationship fell apart. It did, because there was no common ground. The communication began to break down because it became a fight. Why do you got to go out and party for? Why do you got to go out why do you need to? Or why do you feel comfortable just sitting on your ass and just watching TV and not want to go out a little bit?
Right.
So, and it eventually, that relationship it fell apart. It broke down, and nobody in the crew that I used to be involved with thought that was possible. We thought that was it. That was the end for this for this dude. He found the one, and as simple as that. It was a simple, and it lasted. This tug of war lasted for, I want to say, almost a year. Like, she toughed it out. He toughed it out too, but nobody would budge.
The smallest things can occur within.
Can snowball? Yes, they can snowball, and I don't think. I don't, of all the things that could ruin a relationship or a marriage, infidelity, cheating, money, stuff like that, family issues. The fact, non-communication due to wanting to live your life is probably one of the dumbest reasons to why a relationship would end. Because that is something that's so doable and fixable and amendable and easily to work around and work together with, and that's just, and I feel really bad that particular relationship fell apart because of that.
Yes.
Of all things that fell apart, it boils down to she was not satisfied with the sedentary lifestyle. He was.
Right.
That's why they broke up. That's just like, what?
Yeah, a huge miscommunication. That's probably not enough communication. I mean, that's a a billion factors at play, and
Right,
that's
exactly. So, and it's unfortunate.
and again, snowball effect.
Yep.
So if this probably coincides with our topic, right? Tonight, which is the whole having friends when you're married. I mean, or making new friends when you're married. That can be a snowball effect in regards
Yep.
to if you want to make new friends. So the other person may not even want that to happen, and you
Yep.
guys already sealed the deal. You guys are married.
Right.
That's not a just because the person disagrees. That's not a way out for you to be. That's not a way for you to go like, well, you know what? I guess we're having a divorce. You guys, if you have a divorce because of
But it
that,
could. But here's it's true. If you ever know that's sad. But here's the thing. That person can see that as that you are stifling their life. You're stifling their growth, and that's not a good thing either. It may be something simple, but that simple thing could be projected into something else. Is that you're stifling my growth, and you're stifling, and you won't grow with me.
very much.
So I don't want to be stuck in a pot. I want to be in a field. I want to grow. So
Right.
as simple as the concept is, it's because what I say it's simple is because it's easily fixed, discussed, and remedied. But it also is a symptom of a greater thing.
Right.
My needs versus our needs, and how can we make it our needs together, and how can we work on it? That's relationship is work.
Yeah.
So, but I've seen it. It can happen, and God forbid the whole midlife crisis where you all of a sudden just start wanting to go out and do things hardcore, and if your spouse isn't with you,
Yeah.
where do you reach the impasse? I had another friend. She, I don't know, she got into her mid 30s, and then all of a sudden she just started going out a lot. She was married, had kids, every Saturday, every Saturday, every Saturday, every Saturday, just going out. And her husband, after a couple months, was like, "Yo, knock this off. You're a grown ass woman. You got kids. You got family. You need to calm that down." And she's like, "You know what? You're right." And she did. She calmed it down. It was no longer. It was no.
It's one simple conversation. You should calm it down.
No,
That's
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was more than that. But I know this for a fact because I I spoke to him and I spoke to her. But it was really only one or two talks. Like yo, you're kind of being disrespectful. You, as a married woman with kids, you shouldn't be partying every Saturday night, coming home drunk every Saturday night or every Friday or whatever, because it was consecutive. And she even admitted to it. She's like, yeah, I realized that I was taking it too far. I was having too much fun. Not to say that she was neglecting her husband or her kids or her job, none of that. But she had that little slice of that single life. Not that she was doing anything, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like going out and partying with the girls, and
Right.
no consequences, coming home drunk, and then of course waking up on Saturday or Sunday, and but then you carry on with the day. So, but he said it. He instead of getting upset or doing it himself, he literally sat her down and said, "Check it out. You're taking it too far. You got no business going out every night. I'm not saying you can't go out. I'm just saying every single weekend, all the time.
right. Too much. And you're married. Yes.
And
Yeah.
you're what I'm saying? That I understand and that I respect. And guess what? Not only did she tone it down, now they go out together monthly or every other month. Maybe she might have one time with her girls, and then another time is them too, and they're hanging out. They're doing a great job. And not to say that this is causing any friction, but he just said, "Listen, let's slow this down a little bit." So,
Stop it.
so like that's a good example of a married couple. One getting back out there, the other one not, and one to say, "Hey, listen, you're way over here. I'm over here. Let's and God forbid." So,
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes examples are like that.
It
But
does. It does. Yeah, absolutely.
how would you like to wrap up this episode? You partially married guy. I lost my train of thought.
Partially, yeah, I know, right? Man. Speaking of which, we're gonna have to talk one of these days about your stance in the wedding.
What does that mean?
Well, should I even be discussing this right now, or
I mean, I don't. You said my stance. Like, what do you mean?
nothing bad? It's like I'm in a dilemma because okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting married. If you haven't paid attention in the past couple of fucking 5 episodes, allegedly. And my best friend over here, Jason, I'm trying to decide if I want this great, dashingly handsome young man to be either in the wedding party or just completely enjoying himself in the wedding, as just coming as a guest. And the reason why I say that is because I don't want him to come as a guest. I want you to be in the wedding party.
Right.
And one of the dilemmas I have with that is that, again, I want you to be in the wedding party. But my fiance came up with a point, a suggestion. My cousin Chris recently got married, and I was in his wedding party. And so she's having 4 people in her party, 2 of which are her sisters, and 2 of which are her friends. She was like, well, wouldn't that be nice to have, your 2 cousins next to you, and then you can have 2 of your friends? I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I have already 2 friends I already picked. I'm going to pick most likely Jason, and I'm going to pick either my friend Owen or one of my friends, Sean or Alcus. But the thing is that I kind of want all 4 of you to be in.
So why don't you just do that then?
Because I see the point that she's trying to make in regards to
what is the point that she's trying to make? I don't understand what's the point. It'd be nice if your cousins. What does that mean?
Being another topic for another day. No, she had made a point where as to say, I was in the wedding party at my cousin Chris's wedding. So why don't you put your 2 cousins in as groomsmen as well?
Just because you were in their wedding party or his wedding party?
Yeah. How do you feel about that? By the way,
I disagree. I don't.
Why?
Because your wedding party, and it should be the people that mean most to you, that you're closest with at that moment. You want to see them in the photos. You want to have a good time with those individuals. You shouldn't feel pressure to put people that. I'm not saying that you're not close to these 2 cousins, but what I am saying though is, if they're not somebody you'd call up and be like, yo, let's go hang out, or have those memories with, or want to share that's a very intimate thing to be in a wedding party. Oh, yeah. I've been in 3 wedding parties. And
last one you've been.
listen. That's why are we talking about this? Could you imagine? And that's what I'm saying, is that just because you're choosing these people for your wedding party doesn't mean you're gonna be close to them forever. That's the sad part. And it only took 6 months for me to not be close with the person whose wedding party I was in the last time, who also co-financed the friggin' bachelor party, et cetera, and so forth. But that's the point is, though, is that you want to share those memories with the people that you believe deserve to share them with you. You want to be able to look at your wedding pictures and be like, yeah, look, man, those are my people. Not, oh, that's me and my cousins. Yeah, that was fun. Plus, in my opinion, because you're going to be really close-knit with your wedding party, you want the characters and the personalities that mesh well. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's the thing. You want that because the last wedding party I was in, the best man and the groomsmen that he chose, we all meshed really well. We were all cool, and it was a good time. I mean, of course, he had the obligatory brother of his wife in it, and he was kind of, I mean, he was a cool guy, but he was not like, he's not there with us, so he wasn't part of the reindeer games. But that because he also had his wife and his kid to worry about as well. But the simple fact is, out of the 4 of us, 3 of us, plus him, 4, it was great. We had a blast, and I don't think he could have chosen a better group to be together.
Right.
You want to have that one lone person over there or 2 people over there. They don't really know what's going on. They don't really get jokes or whatever it is. I'm just saying. Plus, you want to be able to be yourself and not have to feel like you're somebody else as well.
This kind of asserted my decision. I'm pretty much 100% going with the 4 friends. Only because that was my original plan to do anyway.
Right.
And I'm close to you guys in that sense. I agree. I'm very close to my cousins. I practically grew up with them.
Right.
Since I was born. So I'm never gonna leave their side. They're never gonna leave mine. We're always gonna be close.
Right.
And same thing applies to my friends, but it's just a different level of bondage when it comes to having friends like that, and as opposed to family. And it's just way different. I mean,
the thing is that friends are the family that you choose, and it's a very cliche statement, But I believe that friends, you choose the friends that you want, that you're close with, and you bond with them. The family that you have is not a choice. You're kind of stuck with them. And if you believe in the basic concept of family, oh, they're family, they can do no wrong. You gotta forgive. But when it comes to friendships, real cultivated friendships, you choose those friendships. That is a choice, and I believe that in my opinion, that weighs way more heavily than family does, because a friend to get to be seen as to be that close, like you, Joe, you are my brother from another mother. You earned that position through years. You know what I'm saying? To the
Yeah.
point where I'm closer to you than the actual brothers that I have. You know, and it's by choice. And so if I get married, no, I'm not gonna put one of my brothers to be well, one, you're probably gonna be the best man. That's just flat. No one else is gonna be there. No one's gonna pressure me. Well, why don't you have your actual brother be your best man? You guys have been. No, absolutely not.
No, it's not working that way.
Absolutely not. Well, what about putting you in the group? No, no. It's whom I've had. And it's not saying that you can't have that connection with family too. You can, but with family, it's more like it's supposed to be there. With friendship, you'll choose that. And it's a. I appreciate I appreciate friendship more than I do family. And I don't necessarily value them more, but I appreciate them more because there is not that underlying, oh, we're
Yes.
family, so I can treat you like shit, but we're still family, kind
Right.
of thing.
Right.
So not to
Right.
say that friends can't treat you like shit, but guess what? Friendship is more fickle than it's
Much
family.
more
But
fixed.
but when you find the people that you connect with, and you choose to connect with them, you choose to keep them around. Just like I said about Joe, like we did in the pilot episode. I looked at this man, almost 2 decades ago, and said, "Look at this fucktard. He he is a joke." You know, I didn't dislike him, but I didn't take him seriously.
he,
This
he didn't. He didn't.
okay, and the best part of my time was clowning on this man. And call him flakes and shit, and the fact that and every time I talk to him and I get off the phone with him, I realize, can you believe that this guy is the closest male friend that I've got? Not to say he's not worth it, but it's like, wow, I couldn't go back in time and tell Cornrows J, yo, that guy, don't clown on him. He's gonna be so important to you, and you're gonna value him so much that you're gonna put him above how you even perceive yourself. And I look at my older, much more world weary. Someone say, "You're an asshole. You're an idiot. What are you talking about?
Right.
You
Right.
must whatever happened to you, you need to change. Tell me what happened to you so I can fix that." I would have never believed it would have been this close. Because it's funny, and they remain in contact and to have very similar lives. It's like the universe placed us to meet at a very young age to lay the seeds there. But of course, when that happens, you have to choose it. And I chose, and just like Joe chose me, we chose to keep in contact, beyond the Silver Gull, beyond New York City, even when I moved away, back and forth. And we cultivated a strong, long-lasting relationship where this man not only has earned a place on my if my hypothetical, groom's best man list, but deserves it.
Right.
And it's not because of some family nonsense. So I'm just saying. But I'm not. I'm again. That's just my opinion. I would have looked at. If I was you, I would have looked at it and said that's nice, but no, that's not who I want in my groomsmen. You can have who you want as your bridesmaids, but for my groomsmen, I
Right.
want my boys that I've had the connection, the history with, so we can look at each other and hug and cry together. So
Right. 100%. 100%. And with that being said, do you have any final thoughts on our wonderful topic?
if your spouse will not let you have friends of the opposite sex, divorce them. Divorce them quickly. Don't ask questions. Just say I want a divorce. And one of two things will happen. Either you'll be free, or that'll open their eyes and they'll be like, "Listen, you know what? I was wrong. I think maybe let's revisit this." So I'm just saying.
Prenuptial. Anyway,
That's if we want prenup. Yeah, it's something that we need to have because your ass is gonna leave with half. That's
and then it goes with the singing again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's episode 6.
episode 6.
Rest of the nice guys. Jay, go ahead with the shameless promotions. Go ahead.
All right, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. It's Vibe Rev Studios. Honestly, dude, I'm so sick and tired of this promotional shit because like nobody cares. That's VIBEREVSEUEIMS. Joe, tell them where to find you.
Jotaro, Joetarro on Instagram. I think that's actually the same thing for Twitter because I just fixed it the other day. So yeah, so Twitter and Instagram both finally fixed it.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Golf clap. You can't even hear it. All right, cool. Well, that's it for episode 6 of Last of the Nice Guys podcast. Should married people have friendships with the opposite sex? There's the official title. Email us, lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com. Chime in. Tell us what we said wrong. Would you agree? Tell us your own stories. I'd love to talk about it. Oh my God. Speaking of that, we actually had something. We'll have to do it next time. We got a comment. I forgot all about that. All right.
Do it. Episode 7.
Episode 7. All right. To be continued. And thank you for your time.
The Last of the Nice Guys. Follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at Last Nice Guys, Facebook.com/Last Nice Guys, or email lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com.
This is an audio production of Vibe Revelation Studios, the cure for your common day. VibeRevStudios.com.